Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode. I think are we on 17 now?
Yes.
Episode 17 of the New Vision podcast. We are your hosts, Christian
and Jordan.
And we are here yet again to bring you another lovely episode filled with insight and all kinds of different topics and discussions. And Jordan, I know you have some things on your mind today, which it's not normal that you actually start the discussion. So I'm intrigued. What do you have for the lovely people today?
Okay, well, I have a couple of stuff to talk about.
Okay.
The first one being the $2,000 stimulus check.
Yes. Oh, that's going to be so good. Yeah.
Like, I don't know about y'all, I don't know about you, but
Are you feeling 22?
No.
Oh. Well, everything will be all right if you keep me next to you. Gosh. Anyway, yeah, please.
I can't wait because I need it. I need it really badly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll help out a lot with what I have planned out for my life. But yeah, man, just wait for that $2,000 check to come on in, because what was that loser's name? The elderly loser that was
Mitch McConnell. Yeah.
Calling
We had
you out, boy.
He actually watches this and like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Well, I'm calling you out, man.
Mitch McConnell. He blocked we mentioned this before, where he blocked what both the Republicans and Democrats agreed upon for once, and it's not often they agree on things.
That was surprising. I was like, dang.
Even fucking Trump was for it, and McConnell's like, no, we're not doing it.
And see, my thing is, everyone was for this.
Yep.
But it got stopped by one guy.
Well, he has the power that he does. That's just the way it works, unfortunately.
I was upset.
I think he's called the House Leader, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. But I'm just waiting until that $2,000 check comes on in, because I need it. I need it for some secret stuff. No, I'm just kidding. I need it for some stuff. And yeah, it's just a matter of time before it comes in, and everything will be alright.
Oh, he's a Senate Majority Leader, so that's why.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he's got... I don't know. It's a weird thing to me, too, because it's kind of like, if someone like that has basically, like, more power over the president to go against something, what's really the point of... I don't know. I'm not... Yeah. I'm a baby politician learner, so I'm still in the infancy of learning about this shit. But I don't know, man. It's wild. You know what though too, we do. I'll tell you something. I've talked about regarding that a little bit. We've talked about how we had the insane riot that happened on last Wednesday. Yeah. And now, what we have is, I'm sorry. Was it January 6th? Whatever Wednesday that was. Can't keep track. Anyway, January 6th, we talked about that insanity, and they were planning to continue doing shit throughout this weekend all the way until inauguration.
It was 2 Wednesdays ago.
Two Wednesdays ago. Okay, 2 weeks ago. So, because of that, there have been security's been really ramped up. We've literally been having guards like sleeping in the Capitol building and other Capitol buildings across the country, because you never know what these fuckers are gonna do. So
you never do, really.
It's crazy, but
with the stimulus check, what are you going to do? The first thing that you're gonna do with the check?
It's such a boring thing, but I'm probably just gonna put it toward my bills, however that is. I don't know.
No, I'm gonna use it for more important things.
I've heard this before. The best way to save money, especially if you have a lot of it, is to just live like you don't have it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm putting the first $1,000 in savings, and then I'm putting the last $1,000 into my actual spending money bank. But so that's about it. I'm just waiting, and hopefully this guy can't block it.
No, it sounds pretty official this time, from what I understand.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. What would you do with a lot of money? Like way too much money. And besides putting it in like savings or whatnot, what would you do?
What would I? That's a.
Like, okay, let's say someone gave you 10 grand.
Yeah.
What would you do? Like, obviously you have to think about it. But what would be one of the first things you would do?
Well, I mean, one of the things I can think is to like put a down payment on a nice house. You know, that's something that I've said for years that I would like, you know, basically try to like buy my way into the industry, the entertainment industry. But 10 grand isn't going to be enough for that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm sorry. I have a boring answer here. Get a nice house, a nice car. Well, 10 grand. Like my current car costs like 10 grand, so I'm not really gonna get that much nicer of a car. I don't know. Money's such a strange thing for me because like I don't know, man. I don't really care much for money. Mm-hmm. Like I never think about things like, oh, if I had this much money, I could do that. Like I don't know. I think about, you know, would it free me up to do something else I'd enjoy doing with my life? You know, I mean, not really, because I'd still have to work to keep my job, and because, you know, that 10,000 ain't gonna last forever if I quit my job or anything. So,
yeah.
No, I don't know. It's a weird. You know what? I tell you what I'd do. I would use it for like a nice vacation. Once COVID's over, a nice vacation.
Yeah, whatever that'll be, man.
Like a cruise or you know, traveling to some. I would love to go to some other countries like England, Italy, Japan. You know, places like that. So that'd be something like that.
Yeah, no, I would.
How about you?
Well, the little boy in me would be like, "Hey, man, buy a ton of shoes." But
okay.
But no, I think I would pay off my mom and dad's mortgage.
Yeah, that's kind.
And then kind of upgrade their current houses.
Okay.
And then for myself, I would buy my own house in New Zealand, and that would be like my vacation.
Your vacation home?
My vacation home, yeah.
I don't think 10,000 would be enough for that.
Okay,
because 10,000 wouldn't even be enough for just the home.
Yeah,
like, you know, 10,000.
Let's bump it up a notch. $1 trillion.
Jesus. Yeah, well, that's a fuck. Listen, if I had goddamn, if I had that, I basically like all like a third of how much we're in debt, like our country. Yeah, fuck, man. If you were a fucking trillionaire, like, are you kidding me?
Just $1 trillion is all I need.
I would.
Or is all I want. $1 trillion, all I want.
I think basically what you're getting at is if money was no object, what would you do?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, man. I'd go on vacations. I would definitely try and probably successfully buy myself into the industry. I would, you know, do what I could to make life better for my family and friends, and pay for medical bills, insurance, you know, shit like that. Give to charities that I trust, and you know, I don't know. I try to do the most I can to make things better for myself and other people. I don't know.
Yeah, man. So, yeah, definitely. No, with $1 trillion, I would actually buy my mom and dad brand new houses, then pay off their houses and all that kind of stuff. And then I would get a place in New Zealand, because New Zealand is like, if I could live anywhere for a year, that would be.
I know what I would do with $1 trillion or even just $10,000.
What?
I'd so there's this like dating coaching program that I found out.
Oh my god.
It's a 6-month program,
right.
and the people that run it are actually like really cool, and it makes sense as to why it costs so much. But I can't fucking afford it, and most people can't. I don't think. So it's $10,000. I would, that's what I would do. There you go. That's what I would do with 10. See, because like, it's a weird thing for me to think of what would you do with money. Money's not something I really think about, you know. But what I can do with money, opening up opportunities to make my life or other people's lives better, that's what I would do. You know, if that didn't help me, you know, with dating and finding true love, then I'm really fucked.
Well, okay, so like for me, you know, I say all these things.
I think I'll be fine without that specifically, but
like, like honestly, in real life, if I actually had if I had $1 trillion, I would actually have to take a couple of days or a week to actually sit down and be like, all right, what do I actually want to do?
Yeah, well, I mean, the smart thing would be to like, you know, figure out if you want to invest. Because here's the thing, too, right? If you have that much money, everyone's going to know. And all of a sudden, you're going to be the most popular person for all...
See, that's the thing. I would not... The only people I would tell would be my mom and dad.
See, here's...
Jeremiah, I'm sorry, but... I'm sorry. I love you, brother. But you would definitely tell some people.
Well, here's the thing, you know...
Especially your girlfriend.
I don't remember who said it. But there's a great quote by a rapper, "Mo money, mo problems."
Mo money, mo problems.
And yeah, man, like you got that much, because it's like, okay, so these people, you know, win the lottery and stuff like that, right? And it's I thought it was Notorious B.I.G. It's Notorious B.I.G. It's a song, "Mo money, mo problems." But anyway, so you know, you get people that win the lottery, right? And they win big, and and then they all of a sudden have all these like relatives and people they like, never knew existed.
Like people come out of the woodwork.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I'm your cousin 3 times removed, 1 time, like.
Yeah. All these people that want to like be friends with them or date them or whatever.
I'm your cousin.
Yeah.
You're Jamaican.
Yeah.
But I'm still your cousin. Like, come on. Like.
No, it's pretty fucked. Pretty fucked. And listen, honestly, just shout out to like, or call out, I guess, to the people that like will actually do that kind of thing. You're really low fucking people. Like, if you're actually gonna do that. I mean, in that situation, like the person that won all that money is in a way the victim. But I mean, honestly, if I had if I was a trillionaire, I would do my best to give every single person a little bit of what I had. Like everyone in the entire like country.
Oh wow! Right? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, well, country, the world, if applicable. But anything to try to make like this country and the world a better place. Like honestly, just I would want to make people's lives, my own, but people's lives better in general. You know, like, you know.
Yeah.
Money's such a strange thing for me. I don't know. It's not something I think about.
Yeah,
not something I really care much about. I don't know.
But I know one thing for sure is I would buy my mom and dad brand new spanking houses. They would pick it. They'd pick whatever it's yours. You pick anything you want, and I'll buy the house.
Sure.
So
that'd be 2 separate houses, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I would pay off their mortgage and their debit, credit cards, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, mortgages. Yeah,
I would help my dad get out of debt and different things too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, like I said, I would do what I could to just make people's lives better. I mean, fuck, like $1 trillion. God, you know what fucking money that is? Jesus.
That's a lot of money.
How many people are trillionaires? Not fucking many.
No.
Billionaire is already a shit ton of money. Like fucking trillionaire? God damn.
Yeah. Trillionaire is like you never have to work for like 50 lifetimes. Like your kids' kids and your kids' kids' kids and your kids' 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 kids and your kids' 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 kids.
I don't know. I don't. At the end of the day, I don't think I'd want that much money in the first. I wouldn't want so much money that I just don't know what to do with it. I don't think I would. I don't see. My thing is like I don't want to struggle for money.
Yeah.
But I don't want to have too much that I'm just like, oh, let's just burn it. You know, like,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't want, because, you know, other people need that money more. Not the fucking business tycoons, but, you know.
Like,
anyway,
they're set. But,
yeah, I don't know. Money's a strange topic for me. You know, it's weird.
But yeah. So a little update on the Daniel plan.
Oh, the Daniel plan. Yes, yeah, we did. You
good.
did mention. Did you mention that last week?
I did.
Okay. So how's it going?
And a little update.
Okay.
Doing pretty good.
Okay.
Still going strong.
Sure.
For the people, tonight we went out to eat with a good friend of mine that I introduced to Christian, and we went to Sal's Pizza.
Yeah, there's a place where we live called Sal's Pizza,
and he thinks it's the best pizza in the whole.
Well, it's the best. it's the best that I've had, like, in general.
Mm-hmm.
But I've only ever had pizza like from here. I don't think I had it when I was in Pennsylvania or Tennessee, or Mexico. And I've had it in. I've had pizza from like a quote unquote bakery in New York. It didn't seem like it was anything special to me. It was just frozen pizza when I got it because it was shipped from New York. But it wasn't. But
yeah. And so we went and we ate some pizza, and Christian and David ordered some dessert. Well, I was super tempted. A cannoli, which I'm not a big fan. But anyways, I was really tempted to have dessert. Very tempted. Just like SpongeBob was and Sandy's dome.
I told him he was sitting there because he was like looking at like the other like desserts and stuff they had on the shelves, and I told him, I'm like, you remind me of like SpongeBob in that episode where he's in Sandy's dome and needs water. He's sitting there looking at the water as the little like bead of water condensation just trickles down. He's like, I don't need it. I don't need it. I definitely don't need it. And then he just like, I need it. Like, I'm like, Jesus, fuck, dude.
And then he just goes buck wild.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Trying to my best whenever I see desserts. I'm like, I ain't having them this year.
You can have all the Oreos you want, Mr. Daniel Plan.
And plus, I'm not really an Oreo guy.
I know. Oh yeah, Mr. This guy will stay at my house and have fucking Oreos and beer first thing in the morning. Not an Oreo guy.
No, but yeah, no, I'm not an Oreo guy, to be honest. I love cookies. That's like my dessert. Sure. Especially the skillet cookies.
I will tell you, they do have chocolate chip Oreos now.
Oh wow!
I like chocolate chips, which I don't know how those are still. This is the crazy thing. Side note, but this is a crazy thing to me about Oreos. Every Oreo is vegan somehow. You look at the ingredients. Every Oreo I've ever looked at least, has been like even milk chocolate Oreos in the middle, like where it's like milk chocolate icing in the middle. No dairy products. They're called milk chocolate. How the fuck is there like? It blows my mind. I don't know. Fucking and Twizzlers. Twizzlers are a good vegan candy. So are like gummy worms, gummy bears, and stuff like that. Well, I'm not sure about gummy bears, but a lot of
But bro, I could go for a nice big chocolate chip cookie.
Jesus.
Oof. Like cookies are.
All right, myself and the audience are going to hold you accountable to not have a big chocolate chip cookie. He's going to report on this next week, and you guys will know if he caved or not. I'll know. I'll tell you.
But yeah, and I was like, you know what? I really want dessert, but I'm not gonna have it because I've been going 3 weeks now without having McDonald's, fast food, which McDonald's is fast food. Sweets.
Have you lost any weight from this at all?
I have. I've lost exactly 15 pounds.
Really?
I have.
Because I'll tell you, when I first did it, I lost 10 in like a week, and then I just stopped.
Okay.
And just didn't for like the next 3 months that I continued. Because I did it for like 4 or 5 months when I did it. Because I did it from like February to May or June, like something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe it was June or July. I don't know. It was a couple months, but yeah. And I just stopped after like 4. My thing is, I think I mentioned this before, but when I was looking into it, my whole reason for wanting to do veganism in the first place, or the Daniel plan, as Jordan's doing, was because I wanted to be able to be lean and stay in shape without having to work out, without having to exercise. Now I do like running, but I'd prefer not to have to do it. So yeah. I've come to the point now where I'm like, you know what? I need to do this, and like changing my diet isn't helping anything, because it's not about what I eat, it's the fact that I don't fucking move. Mm-hmm. I don't, I have a desk job, I all these different, so I don't really get much action, and so do that. We actually went for a run the other day too. Just yesterday we went for a run.
Oof. See, now I always stretch before I run. Like it's like a not really a religion, like stretching wise, but it's very much a thing that I do, because you see me, I'm somewhat of a big guy. Yeah, I have big legs.
You're tall with a big frame, I would say.
Yeah. I gotta stretch. Mm-hmm. And last night I did not stretch, and I was gassing out periodically.
And I never stretch, and I kind of smoked you. So I just wonder how much better I'm gonna have to start stretching.
Yeah, man. And that actually goes into when I was in high school. I was in basketball and cross country and track, and my track my track coach, Coach Allen. Shout out, Coach Allen. I know you don't listen to this because you're probably dead.
Coach Allen's actually watching with like a number 1. He's like, "We're biggest fan, guys." And then,
no, but he was an old guy. He was like in his 80s.
Yeah, it's old.
He said, "Fellows and ladies, always stretch. Stretching is key." And it's true. Stretching is key, man. Like, it's like stretching. You're loosening up you're loosening up all your muscles. You're preparing your body.
I'm gonna have to try it and see how it works.
It's like,
it makes sense, because like when you wake up in the morning, you stretch in bed and everything.
And so you can't just go up to a little scrawny kid and say, "All right, lifts these 200-pound weights." Like,
I can't imagine.
Like, the little scrawny kid can't do that. He has to prepare his body to lift that weight.
I can't. I'm thinking about it. I can't imagine. Could you imagine trying to start the day without stretching? Trying to just get out of bed without stretching?
Bro, I always stretch when I get out of bed.
I couldn't do it.
It's like breathing. It's like a second nature to me.
You gotta stretch.
Like, immediately, when I open my eyes, when I roll out of bed, immediately. And like I said, it's like my second nature.
Wait, when you roll out? No, I stretch in bed. Like, I stretch in bed before I even get out of bed. I can't get out of bed if I don't stretch.
Well, me, I just kind of lazily roll out, kind of get on the floor and just...
But I also find myself periodically stretching throughout the... I don't know if you do this, but I find myself like periodically stretching throughout the day as well. Uh-huh. So I'll do a lot of different things where I'll I'll stretch my arm, or I'll stretch my back a decent amount when I'm...
Yeah. So but yes, you did smoke me. Normally, obviously, after I stretch, I do good. Mm-hmm. But last night, man, I was gassing out quickly. Like I'd go for like 40, like 30, 45 seconds.
Wow.
Stop.
You have to pace yourself as well.
Yeah.
When you're running, this goes for everybody in general. When you're running, and I'm sure there's going to be fitness experts that know more on this than me, please, if you have anything more to say, let them know in the comments below. I'd love for you to do that. But generally, from my understanding, right, when you're stretching, when you're running, and this is something that works for me, you want to pace yourself. And this is true for like any kind of workout, anything you're doing. You don't just, boom, you're just sprinting look, if you're doing if you're not doing endurance and you're doing more just speed, then okay, go ahead. But generally, you want to do more of kind of like a little bit of a jog, or a jaunt, as you know, and just kind of do it that way. And I think that was part of your problem, because what I noticed you would do is you would run ahead of me, and then you would stop, almost wheezing, bent over, on hands on your knees, and I would just gradually pass you up.
Yeah. Well, see, my thing is, I'm 6'1".
I'm aware.
I have long legs.
True.
And you're shorter than me, so naturally you have shorter legs. So it's hard for me, you know, kind of jogging how you jog. 'Cause, you know, you have short legs. You're jogging kind of. But like,
can't you do that?
Well, I can, but it's extremely uncomfortable.
Is it?
Oh yeah. Oh. No, I gotta stretch my legs when I'm going. So like if you were my exact height.
Yeah.
Then. Like,
really?
Oh yeah, but like with me, you know, like your speed of jogging, I can do it. But it's uncomfortable.
I don't know though. There are tall runners. Like there are tall people that can do endurance.
No, it's
just me. That's interesting. I don't know.
Yeah, no, by like you know that I forgot like when it was, but like halfway there. Remember when I was like way behind you and I actually started to run? Like take long strides, that was so much better for me because my legs actually got the whole extended.
Right, and you know what? This is the key thing too, and I'd say this for all things in life. You have to find what works for you. You know, you gotta figure out, try different things, and if they work, if they don't work, whatever. You know, you gotta, you know, there's some key things as well with like how you land on your foot is important too.
Yeah,
you want to go heel to toe. Now, depending on how you're doing it, you can do like toe to heel or something. Wouldn't typically recommend it. But the problem, and I did this when I first started running, a lot of people will slam down their foot when they run. And you don't want to do that. Because that, when people talk about how you like hurt destroy your shins over time while running, that's how you do it. Because the blowback from having that slam on the ground, like that will destroy your shins, your knees, whatever. But if you do like a gradual, softer land, like you're gonna be all right. I mean, the same way if you fucking stomped everywhere you walked, you know. That shock is gonna cause damage over time.
Yeah.
The only reason we don't notice it is because people don't, you know. But yeah, man, if you hear someone running and you hear like their footsteps like loud, they're not running right.
No.
Like you shouldn't hear it. It's
Yeah, but yeah, Coach Allen.
Coach Allen.
I don't know if you're still
Shut
alive,
up.
but if you are,
Tony, he's the #1 fan.
but yeah, man. So yeah, you know, I can jog at your speed. I mean, I have before. You know, we've kept in sync side by side, but it's just uncomfortable for me.
Sure.
And you know, obviously, when I was actually running, you know, that was more comfortable because I used to do in track. I used to do the 100-meter dash.
Sure.
And coach said, he was like, not run on your tippy toes, but run on your toes. And what's called the baton pass.
Yeah.
That was extremely fun. Yeah. No, that was always fun. But
of course.
You know, he said, first thing before you do anything, doesn't matter if it's working out, running, or like what types of workouts you do, whether it be lifting, just doing everything, stretch. Because like I said, you can't go up to a little scrawny kid and say, hey, I want you to lift these 200-pound weights. Like, the kid's not gonna, oh yeah, look, I'm bench pressing 200 pounds. Like, no. The little kid has to train his body, has to stretch his body in order to lift that weight.
Ease yourself into whatever you're doing. You can't just, you know.
Yeah.
I mean,
you gotta train your body. Just like.
Well, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Right. Well, it's kind of like how we were talking about last week about, you know, The Biggest Loser and stuff like that. Generally speaking, people that actually lose weight and keep it off are not people that just like, boom, they lose a bunch of weight. They do it gradually over time, and that's the best way to do it. But what were you going to say?
And speaking about training,
Ooh, segue.
because we got to talk about my boy Midoriya, Izuku Midoriya from My Hero Academia.
Is it, do you mean Deku?
Deku.
Okay,
That's that's his actual name, but Deku is his superhero name.
Right.
Hero name.
Yeah.
They don't use the term superhero. They just use the term hero. But
I remember I looked up before when I first watched the show what the word Deku actually means, because the only other way we do like the show My Hero Academia. I've only seen up to I think season 3. There's a scene where like the main villain is in a mall threatening the main character. That's like the main thing I saw. The last I saw. But the word Deku means something.
Yeah.
Because the only let me find out. The only ever time that I heard the meaning of the word is Deku Tree in The Legend of Zelda. Deku Tree, Deku Nut, Deku, Deku. So what Deku means is useless person. And I thought so because Deku didn't start as, well, what's his name?
Izuku Midoriya.
I have heard him called Midoriya as well. Izuku. Deku didn't start as Izuku's actual name. It was what Bakugo called him. He'd call him Deku. He was his bully.
And then Bakugo's name is, this is what Deku calls him. Calls him Kachan or Kachan.
Yeah.
One of those.
And what does that mean? Do you know? Do you know how to spell it? I'll look it up.
Kaccan. Kachan.
Yep, here we are. Kachan meaning.
Yeah, no.
Oh, by the way, the cool thing when you look up Deku meaning, first thing that comes up is Deku from My Hero. Yep. It's the scene of him and Bakugo as little kids. Do you know? It's a common nickname of a boy whose name contains Katsu for boys and girls we are friends or are close with. Oh, this is like a Japanese person explaining it. Okay, so it's like buddy. Like, bro, something like that, dude.
Yeah, and Bakugo's actual name is Izuku. Or no, sorry. Saraki Bakugo? Mm-hmm. Something like that. But, My Hero Academia is and I, in the past, I have never watched an anime. Like, I'm not an anime guy.
Yeah.
Like, at all. I never, on my downtime, hey, I want to watch whatever anime.
It's an investment.
It is.
Because, okay, I have 2 problems with anime. And I don't mean these as in, I don't, this is wrong with anime. I don't mean that. I mean reasons I can't get into it. One, and this is the similar problem I have with RPG video games. They take way too long for anything to happen. And 2... they're such long series. I gotta watch 20 seasons of one. I'm like, Jesus Christ. My favorite way to watch an anime, and no joke, at least a shonen anime like Dragon Ball Z or Naruto, is to play the games. Because the games put them in a abridged way that goes through the main story beats of the series, so you know enough about what's going on, but you didn't sit through all the bullshit. And I'm not just talking about filler. I'm talking about, I've literally seen episodes where a character will spend, 5 minutes just charging or explaining their plan or whatever. And it's fucking get to the goddamn point. Yeah, I can't handle it. I don't have it's the same reason I don't read. I don't have the attention span for it. I really don't. But My Hero Academia is well-paced. A lot of anime I've seen haven't been, but My Hero Academia is well paced. Go on.
And so I was never at all an anime guy. I had a couple friends that watched real anime, and they'd be like, hey, can you watch it with us, man? I'd be like, okay, whatever. And I'd watch it. It'd be boring.
You watched Sword Art Online with your friend in college, right?
The first season, yes, that was fine. But then they got into the fairy world.
That's fairly on Parents Fairy World.
Yeah, well, yeah. They got like a fairy game. It was weird. I stopped watching after the first season.
I will say I have an interesting relationship with anime because, as I've made clear before, I am a huge fan of the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise, and there's a lot of overlap between Sonic and anime, especially when the show Sonic X came out in 2003. There's a lot of overlap. I mean, Sonic is shonen. Like, what's shown in anime is like Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, One Piece, My Hero Academia, all these different things, right? It just is. But, so I had, been, exposed to a lot of things because of that. I will say I do like the Sonic X anime to an extent. There are a lot of parts that I don't like. But I would have to say my favorite anime... Whenever asking the question, what's your favorite anime? My question is, does Avatar The Last Airbender count? Because if it does, Avatar The Last Airbender. If it doesn't, and I can understand why it doesn't.
I mean...
But if it...
I think it's like a Western anime?
It is, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
If that doesn't count, I gotta go with Sonic X.
Okay,
But it... Well, I mean, now My Hero Academia. But
in Avatar The Last Airbender... That was weird how I phrased that. Avatar: The Last Airbender. There are some moments like a minute or 2 minute moments that they actually go into quote unquote anime mode, and then they just go back to.
Wait, are you talking the chibi thing, what the original Teen Titans show did?
That, but then other stuff too, like how Sokka, his face would go. It was just
that was that same thing would happen in the Teen Titans show.
Yeah.
It's such a. You ask different people what anime is, and you'll get different. Some people say, "Oh, it's just a style of animation," because it literally anime just means animation in Japan, but. I don't know. And then you get people that are like, it's not a cartoon. Which, no, it's not a cartoon. There's a difference between cartoons and animated series.
Avatar is an animated show.
Right. But even something like, Batman the Animated Series, Spider-Man the Animated Series, Justice League, X-Men, these aren't cartoons.
No.
These are
animated shows.
Right, yeah. So that's it. There is a cartoon is something like Tom and Jerry, SpongeBob SquarePants, something where it's very lighthearted.
There's really no story to it.
It's everything doesn't really connect. Okay, actually, a good example is using Sonic as the example. I would say Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog is a cartoon. Sonic the Hedgehog, which is known by a lot of fans as Sonic Sat AM, is an animated series. If you're familiar with that, you would know what that means. But basically, what that comes down to is, Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog was a little show they did where everything took place. Everything was it was very, very cartoony, very over the top, but Sonic the Hedgehog, or again as fans call it, Sonic Sat AM, was specifically a series. It was more to compare it to an 80s cartoon, I guess G.I. Joe or He-Man, which are weird things. It was more Gargoyles or something, as opposed to I don't know, Fairly Odd Parents. You get the idea, right? It wasn't this slice of life where everything resets and goes back to normal at the end of every episode. It was where each episode had consequences and there was a structure throughout the show, and I would say that's the difference between a cartoon and an animated series. But anime specifically, that's a tricky one because you get ones where it's a series that is being continued throughout. But then you also have anime where it's I only ever saw so much of this, but Hetalia is, I would say I don't think everything's really connected. It's more of a funny, jokey kind of anime. But yeah, normally when I think of anime, I'll think of things like, Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, My Hero Academia, things like that. Black Butler's pretty good. Soul Eater's pretty dope. Bleach,
that is an anime, yeah. But so My Hero, honestly, like I said, I'm not an anime guy, or I wasn't an anime guy. I mean, I'm still kind of.
I wouldn't say you are.
Kind of.
You like one anime.
Yeah.
You're not an anime.
Yeah.
Like if you here's what I would say to people that don't like anime, they might look at you and be like, oh, you're an anime guy now. But to people that really like anime, you know what they're talking about. They're gonna be like, yeah, you're not an anime guy. And especially there's gonna be people that are like kind of gatekeeping about it, and they're like, oh yeah, you like the most popular thing right now, like Big Whoop. I know about this anime from I don't know, fucking the 70s or something, or like these really obscure things. And listen, if you like that stuff, good for you. Just don't be a fucking elitist prick about it. That's all.
But I was introduced to My Hero Academia by a really, really good friend of mine. He's anime freak. Like he loves, like that's his TV. He'll just watch anime for the longest time, and he's like, bro, there's this new anime out. It's been out since 2016.
What show?
I think My Hero Academia.
Yeah, that was 2016.
Yeah, 2016.
Mm-hmm.
And and he's like, bro, like you need to watch this. And I was like, anime, really? What's the synopsis? Like, what type? Like what's in it?
Anime.
And he's like, it's basically superheroes. And I think superheroes. I'm like, oh, interesting. And so I watched it, and I was like, after the first episode, and in the beginning, it took like 10 minutes to like actually tell what the anime is about, what the show's about, and it was really, really cool. I was like, oh, okay. And after watching the first episode of the first season, I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. And then I was slowly...
Deku was relatable to me.
Exactly. And then I was slowly kind of getting addicted. I would watch the second episode.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I watched the third, fourth, and I've already finished the fourth season.
Yeah.
And we'll
have to go through that like we did the boys.
It's glorious.
And then we can gush about that like we did the boys.
And it's so cool because when people think of like Superman or Spider-Man or all these things, it's all these people is like, oh, they have superpowers, but they don't use the term superpowers. They use the term quirks.
Yeah, they call them. Well, because the whole thing is like, I guess what is it like 70 or so % of the population has quirks?
It's like 85 or 90% of the population of the world has some superhuman ability, and it's not like some characters have like freeze breath, all this kind of stuff,
but not all of them are really cool.
And then you have really wacky, quote unquote superpowers.
Imagine if your power imagine if quirks were real, because you don't get to choose what your quirk is, obviously.
No.
So imagine if you had your power was you could make bubbles come out of your finger. I'm talking bubbles like you blow a bubble like a bubble wand. Yeah. You just you make bubbles big.
And there is someone like that called Bubble Girl.
Really? Oh God, I honestly
her and then a hero, and they don't use the term superheroes. They just use the word hero.
Yeah, they just call them heroes. Yeah.
But so Bubble Girl, and then there's this guy Centipede. He's literally a centipede in a suit.
Oh.
And their quirks, superpowers, are Bubble Girl can make unlimited bubbles. Can go into the bubbles and fly around.
Okay.
And then Centipede, his many arms can shoot out. It's basically an octopus type of deal.
Doc Ock.
Yeah, his many arms can shoot out and grab people. But yes, 85-90% of the world's population, everyone has a quirk. You can have fire powers or just normal everyday, oh, you got fire powers, whatever. And then weird ones like the centipede one. And Yeah, it's just
They're
really
pretty
cool.
creative with their powers too.
They are.
Because like you have this character. I don't remember her name. I don't remember most of their names. But you have like the character who like does she like make boom boxes appear, or like she has these like headphones like attached to her.
So
and go ahead.
Yeah, no. So her quirk. This is me geeking out. On this.
Please do.
Yeah, no. Her quirk is called, and they have cool names for their powers. Her quirk is called Earphone Jack, and her earlobes are literal like earphone jacks.
Yeah.
And she can basically, stab people with her earphone jacks.
Oh, okay.
And a big thing in this show that really kind of helps these heroes out is each hero has a setback, a drawback to their power.
Yeah, and that's cool too. That they really thought about like what kind of, not even weakness per se, but like what negative thing comes with each of their abilities.
And there's also a hero item support class group type people, because all these quirks, they have negative drawbacks.
Sure.
You can kill yourself if you use too much. You can damage. Just all these bad things. And these items, these hero items, can actually help prevent that.
Okay.
And so, like the earphone jack girl, she has these mounted speakers on her gloves and on her boots.
Yeah.
And she can obviously control her earlobe ear jacks, plug it into either her hand speakers or her boot speakers, and emit like massive sound waves, and can obviously either kill someone, like intensify with the sound, or make them go deaf, all that kind of stuff. But it's really cool, and we actually did this whole thing, a while ago. Like, what would your quirk be? It was like, that little test. Like, what would your quirk be?
Oh yeah. We've mentioned our group chat many times. He sent a group thing to our group chat about like, what would your guys' quirk be, and we all got all.
It was a ripoff. It was me, Christian, and then our buddy Patrick
and Logan.
But me, and Christian, me and Patrick, both, or all three of us got Deku's One for All.
Yeah, well, that's because it was based on our like personality traits.
Exactly, and then what did Logan get?
I'm pretty sure he got One for All as well, didn't he?
No.
Did he get Bakugo's power?
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah, he got the sweat explosive.
Oh.
And then
this man, Jordan went and fucking retook the test like 7 times.
I did.
I'm gonna get something different. What you
Exactly, bro. I don't want to share my quirk with you and Patrick.
I don't want to have the most powerful ability in the.
Well, see, like if you and Patrick got in a fight, we would have to go into like the desert.
Yeah, of course.
Because we would kill everyone.
Yeah, well, that's what they did in Dragon Ball Z. That's why when Goku first fought Vegeta, he was like, "All right, let's go to the desert, so there won't be any people or animals to hurt." Yeah, exactly.
And so I took the test actually one other time. One for all.
It's one of those like BuzzFeed tests, by the way.
Yeah.
It's not.
And it's just something really fun.
Yeah, of course.
And I got Todoroki's half hot, half
cold.
Oh,
that's right. Yeah.
His ice and fire powers. And I was like, and I actually just recently watched a debate on these two YouTubers saying who's the strongest out of Class 1A. That's the class Midoriya's in. And they all came to a conclusion. And based on actual facts and throughout the show and the manga.
Was it Death Battle?
No.
Okay.
No, but going through like the manga and like the anime and like really hardcore solid evidence, Todoroki would beat Deku in his whole entire class. With his
all of them?
All of them.
Even if they teamed up against him?
Yes.
Maybe. I don't know.
And so
I can see one-on-one, but I can't see.
Okay. So out of everyone, he would beat Deku.
Well, yeah, I can. Well, because the thing there's a few things with Deku. Deku. God damn it. One of the things is, of course, he's not that experienced.
We're rebranding his name, Deku.
One of the things, he doesn't have much experience under his belt, and I really liked from the beginning when I saw that his drawback is. every time he uses his power, especially because he didn't really know what he was doing at first, he was in so much fucking pain.
Yeah, he'd break his legs and arms.
Time. It was incredible.
Yeah.
It was like, that actually makes a lot of sense. Because if you're using this extreme power to do something,
and it's really cool how they
deliver a really fucking strong punch, it would make sense that you would break every bone in your arm.
Yeah, it's real life stuff, man.
Yeah, it's really, really well thought out.
And
fuck.
Yeah, and actually, Deku was born quirkless.
Yep.
And the way...
I love that too.
The way you can tell if someone has a quirk or not is in their pinky toe. If you have two joints, two pinky toe joints, you have a quirk. And if you have only one, you're quirkless, and Deku only had one joint in his pinky toe. But then All Might, his
mentor
now... But he was a major fanboy of...
Oh, yeah. That was one of the cool things. Like I said, the dude's relatable.
Oh, yeah. And so, Bakugo, if y'all haven't watched it yet, spoiler, Bakugo gets attacked by a slime villain.
Yeah.
It's just made out of slime.
Oh, this is episode 1. This doesn't count as a fucking spoiler.
But, if people aren't really into anime and they're like, oh, well, this is really interesting.
Yeah, well.
But, yeah, and so, thankfully, All Might, took pity on him, and Deku showed some heroism. Mm-hmm. He's like, hey, I'll give you my power. And boom.
Made him eat his hair.
Exactly.
So, okay, now that makes me wonder, I don't know if this has ever been gone into, does Deku now have two joints in his left pinky toe?
No.
Okay, so you can tell, so people could tell, if they really wanted to, that he was not born with a quirk.
Exactly.
But that he got a quirk. Yeah, oh my god, you know what this sounds like? It's so fucking, I'm gonna bring it back, but, this actually sounds like The Boys. Where it's that whole thing where everyone thinks, oh, you have to be born with your powers. But no, here's somebody who got a power some other way. So I don't know how far if they go into this or not later, but they could really do something where, people start just trying to get quirks. From other...
Well, see, the really cool thing is, and I found out about this, and I was like, this is dope. All Might, when he was a kid, he was quirkless.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with Deku. The number one hero when All Might was quirkless and a little kid, the number one hero took pity on him. Hey, I want to share my power. And it's cool because One for All, I think it's All for... I think it's One for All.
All Might and Deku have All for One. His villain... I'm sorry, fuck that up. They have One for All.
One for All.
The villain, the big villain that I don't think he's been unveiled yet still. He has All for One. And that's that's a symbolic thing, obviously, because this One for All, it's this one person for the good of humanity, for the good of all people, and this other guy's everything for me.
Exactly.
He's very selfish and evil.
This show's really thought out.
It's a really good show. I'm not gonna lie.
It's really cool.
Yeah, I need to go back and watch more. Honestly.
And so even All Might, he was quirkless when he was a little boy. And the number one hero, like I said, she took pity on him. And see what's cool.
Oh, she? Okay, cool.
Yeah. No, there's... Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You would have to go all through season 4.
I'm only on, I think halfway through season 2. I think it's the third or fourth arc. I don't even know.
Yeah, but One for All is a quirk. Basically, it all comes down to it's a passing on quirk.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say Bakugo, he has that explosive sweat power. Mm-hmm. All Might could have came up to him and be like, hey, I want to pass my power onto yours. What's cool is that One for All actually stores other quirks. Mm-hmm. And there have been 8 other...
So that's why he has all these different abilities. Oh, that's pretty dope. Okay,
yep.
So it started... Wow.
Yeah, I've read on all of his other abilities that are going to be shown in the upcoming seasons of My Hero Academia. Yo, Deku's overpowered. He's OP.
He's
hardcore.
Now, here's what I don't, and I don't know this. Most animes. Like there's a manga first. Manga, sorry.
Manga, yeah.
Manga.
Manga.
Was there a manga before the show of My Hero Academia? Is there a manga that's being followed? Okay. That's interesting. I wonder let me find out when the manga started.
Yeah, no, it's One for All. Yeah, no, like towards the end of season 4, it really goes into detail about the actual origin of One for All. It's really complicated to say.
2014.
2014.
So the show started only 2 years after the manga.
And then actually there's a spin-off thing that they're planning on doing before the actual events of My Hero Academia. There was My Hero Academia Vigilantes.
By the way, just to clarify in case this isn't already obvious, My Hero Academia literally just means My Hero Academy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, no, it is a really cool anime.
It's by someone named Kohei Horikoshi.
Horikoshi, yeah. Yeah, it's a really thought out show. Really good character development.
Yeah, 100%.
Like in the first season, in the second season, and then halfway through the third season, Bakugo is a douchebag to Deku.
Yeah, of course.
He's like trying to literally kill him.
Well, so one of the things I remember was they had that whole show, or there was a whole like couple episodes where they're fighting in this like tournament cell thing, and it ends with them being in this like cement area, almost like a construction site, and Bakugo's like trying to kill him the whole time. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, so first season, second season, halfway through third season, Bakugo is literally like just a douche canoe. And he literally wants to kill Deku, like physically kill him. But then, he finds out that Deku has been given All Might's power. And slowly but surely, it becomes a proper rivalry where you respect the other person.
Okay, they have one of those.
They do. Bakugo is getting a little bit more nicer to Deku, but still that really...
So,
like...
Here's the thing.
Like...
That's really, really, really common in anime. It doesn't make it bad, but it's a common anime trope. The rival that starts off as, like, the worst person ever or whatever, and then they want to... Like, they become friends.
Better each other.
Like a friendly rivals, basically.
Well, not even friendly. I mean,
well, maybe they eventually will. I don't know. But you have that with Goku and Vegeta, Naruto and Sasuke, Sonic and Shadow, which is again why I say Sonic is shonen. You have this with like all these different things. So it's nothing new, but it's cool. It's cool.
Oh yeah, no, and then Bakugo slowly starts to get respect for Deku, and it's like. I respect you, man, because you're a powerhouse.
Yeah.
But I still hate your guts, and I'm still going to be a lot more better than you. I'm still going to be the number one hero. But no, it's honestly one of my favorite shows of all time right now. I really hope they go for more seasons. And and I got a little spoiler alert from myself that I learned from a little video that in season 5, Deku and Bakugo might travel, and Todoroki, all three of them might travel over to America.
Oh, well,
and be American heroes.
I have a spoiler alert that I just found. Which I mean, this should be relatively obvious, but I mean, if you look up this, I looked up My Hero Academia, Deku and Bakugo as we're doing this. I just wanted to see like images of them fighting or whatever. And there's fan art of them as a couple.
Oh boy, yeah. There's always those people.
Of course, there's going to be people that ship them. Yeah,
but yeah, no, it's just watch towards the end of season 4, and everything will be answered. Everything will be cleared up.
Yeah.
It's really just a really good show. I recommend it for anyone who hasn't seen it yet, and for those of y'all who've seen it, keep on watching.
Here's something I've always wondered, and I think I know the answer.
And there are some tragic backstories too.
Oh yeah, there are.
Well,
I remember I remember like with Todoroki and everything with his dad and mom and all that.
Oh gosh, his mom tried to kill him, basically.
Yeah.
It's like, jeez.
Yeah, it was bad. But so anyway, I was gonna ask, but I think I have my answer. What color is Deku's hair? My question is it black with green highlights or something, or is it actually all green and they just use black shading for effect?
It's like it's all green.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm seeing from when I look at this. Yeah.
But,
That's like when you have characters where and I'm not a big fan of this, but there'll be things where their hair's black or even their outfit's black or whatever, but they'll make it a really dark blue with accents, and I'm just not a big, but I get it.
Yeah. No, it's.
Oh, there's a My Hero Academia face mask with Deku, Bakugo, and Todoroki.
Yeah, no, and there's things like hero agencies.
Yes.
Yeah, no, and it's cool. It
is.
Really is.
Good, yeah, it's a really good show.
Like I said,
I'm not gonna lie.
For those of you who are currently watching it, not right now, but are currently watching it, enjoy it. I'm into it. I could binge all seasons.
Yeah.
Again, if I can.
Well,
if I could.
We might actually. Maybe we should go through the entire series at some point.
Yeah, man.
So we can gush about this together, and then we can do like we did on The Boys. Yeah. We can do that in My Hero Academia.
But
so, why the fuck not, right?
Yeah. And man. I mean, if you like it, keep on watching it. If you haven't watched it yet, if you like anime, if you like superheroes,
or if you just like one, not even both.
And it's not your traditional superheroes. It's not flying. You just fly.
There are characters who can fly. But
it's super. It's super.
No, I know.
Genius.
It's similar to The Boys. It's very realistic in how it works.
That's about it for My Hero Academia.
Well, I think that's all the time for today, everyone. No, but that's we've reached our little over an hour mark. So that's dope. I think we should definitely check out My Hero Academia together and maybe have a proper discussion on it for all of you lovely people as well. And I guess that's it. I think we're done for the day. Jordan really took charge throughout this. Had most of the topics in mind and different stuff, so which is dope. I'm glad that you did that. Truthfully. So you got anything more to say, bro?
Yeah. For all of y'all who listen to us, put in the comments if you do watch it. Yeah. What would your quirk be?
Yeah.
You can take one from the show. Mm-hmm. But what would be really interesting? Yeah. What would make up your own? That'd be.
Which really, what the question is, what would you want your quirk to be?
Exactly.
You don't know what your quirk would be.
And then, what would your setback be?
That's interesting. What would your quirk be? And what would your setback be? Yeah.
Yeah. That's
to close that off real quick. What quirk from My Hero Academia would you want? Of the.
See, now I'm debating.
Okay.
On. Because I told you before this, I would go over to Hawks.
You did.
But I don't want wings constantly growing out of my back.
Yeah.
So I would go for either Todoroki's half cold, half hot quirk, fire and ice powers.
What is his setback again? I forget.
If he uses his... So it's really cool. It's really, really cool how they did him. So he's two-sided.
Yes.
So one side of his hair is white.
Right, and the
other
side
is red. And then with his red, he has a Prince Zuko.
Yeah, he kind of has a scar,
going.
yeah.
And his one of his side is fire, produce fire from one side and ice from the other side. Well, if he uses his ice powers too much, he can get frostbite all over his body.
And what if he uses fire powers too much? He'll burn up.
His fire powers, he will burn his intestines.
Jesus.
Yeah, if he uses them
so
for
he needs to maintain that balance.
Yeah.
That's really interesting.
But
wow. That's like symbolic shit.
Basically a whole season. I think it's season 3.
Yeah.
Or a little bit of season 2 going into season 3, where they go to this training camp to basically improve your quirks so that you can use them.
That's dope. Yeah, that's
more
really cool.
efficiently and longer.
What is what is Bakugo's fall or trade off? By the way, what's the negative thing? I forget.
I don't know, to be honest.
If you don't remember, don't worry about it.
Yeah, no, I'm actually gonna check, to be honest.
Sure. But for me, I would say it's a toss up between Deku's power, because that's pretty fucking cool.
Ooh, see now,
but
you would have to train.
I know.
Up your body.
Yeah. Well, anyone would. He did too. You know that was the whole thing.
But still, he when he does his, I think they're called air bullets.
Yeah.
He store it, and it's cool because he can choose which body part he can store his power.
Yeah.
Does that little flick?
Yeah.
And he just. But for me,
airbender.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would go with Todoroki's Ice Cold.
Yeah.
Ice
but
hot.
my I didn't finish though yet. Thank you. But my thing is it's a toss up to me between One for All or the lightning guy's powers, and that's just because I like lightning. I like electricity. I think I'd go with lightning overall because while it would be dope to have All for One, that's a massive recovery time you got to be in. And massive pain, I would be okay with being dumber for a bit, you know, just using my powers, and that's only if you use too much anyway, right?
Yeah,
but
if you use an excessive amount.
Yeah, right. So I would use I try to use the however least I could, and whatever I couldn't, you know, if I went overboard. Yeah, okay, so I'm dumb for a little bit.
And plus, you always have the support items to support your powers.
Yeah.
Or your quirks.
I guess it basically kind of fries your brain for a little bit or whatever. But how long does that last? Do you know?
I think about 10 minutes. Well,
that's nothing.
Yeah.
That's electricity. That's nothing. Fuck. Yeah. Definitely stick with electricity. Yeah.
I think it's very close, by an inch. Either Midoriya's All for One or half hot, half cold. Pretty sure I'd go with half cold, half hot.
Yeah. All right. Well, cool. There you go. And yeah, like you said, let us know what quirks you'd want either from the show or come up with your own and what your drawbacks would be. But as for us, I think we're pretty good for now. So as always, guys, leave a like if you like. If you don't, I hope you find something that you do like. But other than that, are there any final words you have for them, Jordan?
Go beyond plus ultra. I know. I'm geeking out a little bit.
He's really into this, guys. He's really, yeah.
It's cool, you know. But no. In all seriousness, be safe. Have a good January of the new year, and it's wonderful to say that. Remember last year in 2020?
Yes, it is.
But other than that, love each other, stay safe, love yourself. And that's about it from me.
Wow, he didn't say his little catchphrase.
No, I'm kind of getting tired.
You guys,
I'm kind of getting
listen,
tired.
I'm tired of having to do it. I think we all are. But no, for real, guys, if you do go outside or anything, please stay safe, wear a mask, take care of yourself, take care of each other. Yeah, be good to each other, love each other. Like you said, love yourself. Self-love is super important. But enough with all that sappy shit. We'll see you guys next week. We'll see you guys same bat time, same bat channel. So, yeah, we'll talk to you later. Until then, peace and love. Later, guys.
Adios.